In this video, I want to go over the exact workout, exact exercises, and the exact tips to grow big arms and transform fast for skinny guys. This is your full guide on growing big arms for skinny guys. But why should you take advice from me? I've always been a skinny guy trying to bulk up, but I did so many mistakes and decisions which I regret. That's why I feel that I have decent advice. No disrespect to anyone, but a lot of big guys that give this sort of advice on the internet, they have insane genetics and they've never gone through the problem that you and me have to go through. So what I want to do, share what works best for me from someone who is in the same position as you are right now. And these are the content of this video. We're going to go from the exercises that I use to grow my arms to the workout structure that you can use and some mistakes that you are still doing that are keeping you small. Right, the big picture. You need to understand the muscles to understand what exercises you need to do. And if you learn this properly, the way I'm going to show you in a few seconds, you will be immune to the scams of Instagram influencers. Because you see all of these guys trying to show you a lot of weird exercises, 3 exercises in one. You do shoulder press, then bicep curl, and then ab exercise and all that stuff. And the guy is jacked, he's clearly on steroids, and you think that's how he grew his arms, but it's simply not the case. All you need to know is just a few basics and you're good to go. You'll be immune to these scams. Let's go through it right now. First, let's start with the biceps. This is one muscle that has 2 parts, as you can see right here, the long head and the short head. Now, you don't need to know a lot of crazy names and insertions, origins, and anything like that. All you need to know is that this muscle comes from, let's say, the shoulder joint and goes over a bit the elbow joint. Now, the function of this muscle is that it brings the arm from here to here. So if you know that, then you need to do only exercises that are from here to here. That's how you grow the biceps. You do exercises that the biceps is responsible for. So you do exercises that use the biceps. Is that easy? You don't need to know anything else. Now, the triceps, a bit more complicated, but still nothing crazy. The triceps has 3 heads, right? So let's start with 2 of them, because 2 of them right here, the medial head and the lateral head, right? The lateral head is called the lateral because it's on the lateral side of the body, the outside of the body. So this is the right shoulder from the back, as if you look at it from the back. So we've got the medial and the lateral head, both from this bone called humerus. You don't need to know the name, but it just starts from here, right? And it inserts here in this bone called ulna. You don't need to know it again, but it just goes from this bone to a bit over the elbow joint. And then the other head, the long head, as you can see it in this photo, it starts from this bone called scapula, right? It's not the same bone. It's not the same bone. It starts from here and again in the same place. What is the function of this muscle? It basically goes from here to here. So the opposite of the biceps. Very, very easily. Now, because this head starts from this bone, to stretch this muscle at maximum, all you need to know, or all you need to do is just bring the head above your head, the hand above your head, and just do this. And now you're stretching all the heads of the triceps. What exercises you need to do? Well, all the exercises that the movement is doing this. Either this over the head or like this. Is that easy? And these are the triceps. Now, the exercises I used to grow my arms. And I'm going to tell you right now, the biceps, for the biceps, I did only bicep curls. And you can do the bicep curls, normal standing bicep curls with either dumbbells. You can do them with easy bar or with barbell, right? You just stand like there and just curl like this. You can also do incline bicep curls. So you go on a bench, you go backwards and then you curl. And of course, cable curls. With cable curls, you can do the hands in behind the body, or you can do in front, just normal standing curls. It doesn't really matter. For the forearm focus, if you want to grow the forearm muscles as well, you do hammer curls. Still a bit of bicep, but mainly forearm. And for the triceps, we've got overhead extensions, right? Overhead, skull crushers, and push downs. These are the basics, and these are the main exercises that you will use to grow your arms. And everyone is using these exercises. The workout structure that you can use. You need to put a serious effort into this, right? So as you saw, these are small muscles, and that means they can recover faster than other muscles. So you could train them up to 3 days a week. Now, here's a 4 days a week training program and split, or whatever you want to call it. Monday, you're going to do arms, back, and chest. Tuesday, you're going to do legs and shoulders. Wednesday, you're going to do arms, chest, and back. So you switch a bit from the back and chest. And then Friday, arms and shoulders. So as you can see, you're training arms 3 days a week. You are training shoulders 2 days a week, and back and chest 2 days a week. Legs only once a week, but you could easily do legs again on a Saturday or Sunday. Now, if you're interested in the exact workout that got me big arms, right, that finally got me big arms, click the top link in the description. You'll be able to access it there. Now, why your arms still aren't growing? Because a lot of you, maybe you've been trying to grow your arms for a long time, but you still don't see the progress that you were expecting to see. Now, watch out for these mistakes, because if your arms aren't still big, then you're probably doing at least one of these mistakes. Number one, training your arms only once a week. There's nothing wrong with that. You're gonna grow the arms if you do that only once a week, but it's gonna take you a longer time, because when you train, your muscles have to recover to grow. They grow when they recover. So if you train them only once a week, they're going to grow only once a week. If you train them 2 times a week, they're going to grow 2 times per week. If you train them 3 times a week, they're going to grow 3 times per week. Now, bad technique is a big one right here. And the very, very, very fast way to check if you have bad technique is when you do an exercise for the biceps, check if you feel the biceps working. If you feel the biceps working, that's good. If you don't feel the biceps working, or you feel some other muscle working rather than the biceps, then you probably have bad technique. Next, doing bad exercises, which is again linked to this. Fast way to check it, the same way. If you do an exercise that is meant to train the biceps, or some people say is going to train the biceps, but you don't feel the biceps at all, then it's either you have bad technique or the exercise is just bad. You check them the same. Training the biceps or the triceps when they are still sore or when they're not fully recovered. Well, if the muscle is still painful, sore, or stiff, it means that the muscle is still recovering. You don't want to interrupt that process, right? It's common sense. If that happens to you, wait another day or 2 days or whatever you need in order to fully recover, and then train them again. Not having a workout program or just going by feeling. I know a lot of people, they just don't make progress. Why? Because I see them in the gym and they're like, I ask them, okay, what are you training today? I'm thinking, I don't know, should I train my chest or should I train my biceps, or what should I do for this muscle? Or they just don't have a workout program. They're just not consistent with it. They don't know what to do, right? If you don't have a workout program, then you are not consistent in putting in the work, right? So again, if you're interested in a workout program that's designed for growing the arms, and not only the arms, you're going to get more stuff in there. Top link in the description is basically all my life's work, everything that I've made. Next, switching exercises every single week or every single month, or just not staying consistent with. Same thing right here. If you do, let's say 3 exercises for your biceps this week, and next week you decide, I'm going to switch those, you're not going to make progress. You're not going to make progress. The whole point in this is that you pick the best 2 or 3 exercises and you keep them for a long period of time, a couple of months, and you make them harder over time, which is the next point, right? And then your body is going to adapt to those exercises. If you continuously changing the exercises, your body is not going to adapt to those. Not making the exercises harder every single week. So if you've been training for, let's say, a couple of months now, and you're still using the same weights, and you're doing the same sets, and you're doing the same reps as when you started, bro, you need to do something. You need to make the exercises harder. Increase the weight a bit with 2 kilograms, let's say, or do a couple of more reps, 2-3 more reps, right? Do something, add 1 more set. Try something, make it harder, train slower, whatever, but make the exercises harder over time. That should be your goal. Now, if you want to avoid all the mistakes I had to go through in my full 6 years of lifting, click the top link in the description and I'll help you build your dream physique in 3 to 6 months. I'll show you the path and you're going to avoid all the mistakes that I had to go through, right? And you're not going to only get 1 workout program, you're going to get my over 40 workout programs, all my meal plans, and all my personalized guidance so you can achieve your dream physique super fast. And inside of there, we're also doing a body assessment, which is currently for the first 100 members. So that means if you join, you're going to have to post your current physique if you want, of course, if you want the body assessment, and you answer a couple of questions, and I'm going to record you a custom video for you telling you the exact calories that you need to eat, the exact workout you need to do, and the right steps that you need to take for you, customized to you, to achieve your dream physique. Click the top link in the description right now. I'll message you right after you join.